So I went to a book swap today, and these are the books that I decided to swap in because they're either books that I wasn't in love with or I'm just never going to read again. And obviously, I'm not going to give away like my favorite books. So I went to the book swap. It was in Madison Square Park in New York, and honestly, it was like a pretty terrible book selection. I feel like everyone just like picked all the books that they either didn't like or have been sitting around in their house for God knows how many decades, and it was like pretty terrible selection. And I was literally the first person who got to pick, and I was like, none of these books look that great. I thought that I brought a group of books that would be highly desirable. I tried to pick my more notable titles. So I just wanted to share with you the books that I picked up from this book swap. So the first book that I picked up was not even really a book, but it's called The Couples Quiz Book by Alicia Munoz. And this is like literally just like a quiz book that you play with your like significant other. And apparently the girl that gave this away, her mother-in-law gave it to her, and she was like not happy with it. But I thought that it'd be fun to do this with my boyfriend as like a way to bond, maybe bring it over our Christmas getaway. So that was the first book. This is obviously not like a novel that I'm going to like go through, but maybe like something fun to do with my boyfriend. So by the time I got to my second round, I was like, I don't want any of these books. Like, they're all terrible. But I decided to pick up The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Hayden. I actually have already read this book and I loved it. And so I just decided to pick up my own copy, just to have it so I could reread it. If you don't know, this is a book, and the main character, the boy, is autistic, and it kind of has like a dual perspective between a boy and another person. It's been a minute since I've read this book. So this is the other book that I picked up. I love this book. I recommend it to everyone. I think it's so good, and if I ever need a reread, I will read it. But I'm not gonna lie, it's like a teeny bit dirty. So I'm gonna have to sanitize this guy because it's kind of gross. Anyway, so that's like literally it. I went to the book swap. I feel like some people brought good books. So there was like Two Invisible Life of Ida LaRue's, which obviously I didn't pick up because I already own it. And then also someone brought Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb, which I obviously already own that too. And I think like another book that caught my eye was Pachinko, which I've thought about reading for a while, but it's like really hefty and I'm not in the mood. Sorry, probably can't hear that. When my heater turns on, it like literally sounds like the dial-up sound, and it's so loud. So anyway, yeah, that was the book swap. These are the two books that I got, which actually kind of go together. I am still in a reading slump, and I have not finished a book since I read Acts of Faith, which I can't even tell you what month I finished that book in. It's kind of insane. But yeah, just want to share with you my experience, and maybe like if I do anything else interesting this week, I will bring you along the way. I finally finished a book last night. I finished The Lies That Bind by Emily Giffin. So this is the first book I finished since the end of October. Physical book, I should say. And it's the middle of December. So I did it, and excited to talk about this one in my wrap-up, to say the least. So that is that book. My audiobook, I am reading, if I even remember the name of it, it's called, okay, I don't remember what it's called Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So basically, I was really struggling with this book because, as I said, I'm listening to it over audio, and the chapters keep switching back between different timelines, and I was so confused, like, how the two timelines were related to each other. But I was like getting so frustrated with it that I ended up looking up just like a general, it's like just in like the synopsis of the book. And it's basically what her life would have been if she had made a different choice. And I must have completely missed that when I was reading the book, because when you read audio, like you miss one thing and then like the rest of the book is confusing. So yeah, that's that book. I feel like I like it better because I know that like big piece because I was getting really confused like what the alternating chapters were. But to be honest, it's probably the worst Taylor Jenkins Reid book that I have read, and this is my fifth one. So not my favorite, but I'm like almost halfway through with it. So I'm just gonna finish it, but I feel like that should have been more obvious from the beginning. So something that I really want to try this week, it is Monday, is I really want to try to get out every single day and go on a walk because there's so many days because I work from home that I just will like hang out in my apartment and not leave and not really go on a walk, which is really bad. So I'm gonna have my walk of the day be to the library. I'm just gonna show you the books that I'm returning. I didn't read these books, but these are some of the books that I was DNFing. The first one being In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. DNF this book. I gave it a fair chance. I gave it like 40, 50 pages, but like wasn't getting into it. So I DNF'd it. I think I was having problems that there was like so many characters, which usually doesn't really work for me in books. And then I didn't really give this book a fair shot, but it's Homestretch by Graham Norton. Just wanted to show it to you just in case you've read it, but I'm also returning this book and getting it a little exercise while I do it. So yeah, that's kind of it for today. It's Monday. As I said, I have my class in a couple of hours and then I'm just gonna hang out. So I will catch up with you whenever something else happens. I just wanted to share that I was just like scrolling through LinkedIn and I saw that Bell Hooks just died, which is crazy because I'm actually reading her book right now, All About Love, and I was like, that's so sad. Like, it's just like so bizarre that like the book that I picked up like is by the author and she just passed away. So yeah, that's really sad. She was well known for being like a feminist and like doing a lot of things for like social justice and like a really encouraging voice for women. So I don't know, it's fun to share with you. Today is Thursday and I didn't really vlog yesterday because I had to go to Jersey to do work, which is kind of like my walk of the day. Not that I walked to Jersey, but I was like walking around. Then I didn't really go out and walk around today. So I haven't really been reading, to be quite honest with you, because I have just been like busy doing schoolwork, which is what I'm going to do right now. But just wanted to make note of this. I actually did finish. Did I ever tell you I finished that book? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. Well, I won't probably be able to read a lot until next week. It's just going to be like a slow few months of reading, which is whatever. And I've kind of been enjoying just like savoring books instead of like having to like fly through them. I've been a terrible blogger, or vlogger I should say, and I really haven't filmed anything in a while. So I just wanted to share with you that tonight I'm going around New York City with my boyfriend and we're gonna do all of the Christmas like lights and stuff like the Rockefeller tree and Fifth Avenue before we head out on our cabin trip tomorrow. Just like a reading update. There has probably been a few that I'm forgetting, but the most important is that I started Little Women. I finally started, look how chunky this book is. I finally started it, loving it. I'm loving it. I'm sad that I put it off for this long. It's the perfect read for Christmas. It's so, so good. And I'm excited about that. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to update you and wish you a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, whatever. And let's get on with the Christmas lights. Cabin sitting in front of the tree right now. We opened gifts earlier and we're making burgers right now, which is so amazing. And I just like wanted to say that this vlog may be like a little bit misleading because I'm actually Jewish and I don't celebrate Christmas, or I didn't grow up celebrating Christmas. This is kind of like my first really traditional Christmas with like the tree and everything. So when I said Merry Christmas, I'm really saying have a good day no matter what religion you are, whether that's just celebrating it with family or just doing something cozy and reading on the couch or whatever, because I think that you can make Christmas a holiday for anyone or for yourself. I want to share with you some of the books that I just got for Christmas. So I got Eric Siegel's Man, Woman, and Child, which I'm really excited to read because I love Eric Siegel. I also got Prizes by Eric Siegel, and I got it in a hardback. My boyfriend gave me these. And it's such a 90s cover. Like, it's a first edition hardback, just because it's a very old book. It actually came out the year I was born, so I'm really excited to read this one as well. And then it was really sweet. There's this book that's coming out at the end of January that I want to read really bad, and my boyfriend just gave this to me. It's called Emotional Inheritance. He pre-ordered the book for me, so he just printed out the Goodreads page. So 3 books for Christmas, and that was really nice of him. So we are just about to leave the cabin. We were just cleaning up everything, and this is what the downstairs looks like. It's actually 3 floors, which is really cool. We have not yet played foosball, but I want to do that before we head out. We are currently setting up the fire pit so that we can enjoy the fire pit because we haven't done that yet. And it was a really nice Christmas getaway or holiday getaway, and it was really relaxing, and I'm really sad that it's over, but I'm glad that I got to bring you along for at least a little bit of it. And yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for getting all the way until the end of this video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.